Ladies and gentlemen, friends, dreamers, and doers, thank you for being here today. I want to talk about something deeply personal but universally important, the power of persistence. No matter who you are or where you come from, life has a way of testing you. It throws challenges, hardships, and setbacks. And in those moments, you have a choice to give up or to keep going. Today, I am here to tell you must keep going. One of the biggest misconceptions about success, happiness, and fulfillment is that they follow a straight upward trajectory, but life is messy, it zigzags, it's filled with detours, roadblocks, and unexpected turns. It's easy to feel disheartened when things don't go as planned. You may have set goals for yourself, goals you believed in with all your heart. Maybe you've faced rejection, maybe you've experienced loss. Maybe you feel like you're standing still while the rest of the world moves forward. But let me tell you something, every single person who's ever achieved something great has faced these same feelings. The difference, they kept going. Let's be honest. Quitting is easy. It's seductive. When things get tough, our brains start whispering, maybe this isn't meant for you, it's too hard. Just stop, nobody will blame you if you give up. But the truth is, the voice that tells you to quit isn't looking out for your best interests. It's trying to keep you comfortable, safe, and small. It's trying to protect you from failure. But here's the thing, failure is not the enemy. In fact, failure is one of life's greatest teachers. Think about the most successful people you admire, whether they're entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, or innovators. What do they all have in common? They've all failed. And not just once, they've failed repeatedly. But they understood something powerful. Failure is feedback. It's not the end of the road, it's a sign that you're trying, that you're learning, that you're growing. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, famously said, "I have not failed. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Imagine if he had given up after the first 100 attempts. Or the first 1,000, we might still be living in darkness. But he kept going. And because of that, he changed the world. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to adapt in the face of adversity, and to keep moving forward even when things seem impossible. Resilience is not something you're born with, it's something you develop through experience. And the good news? Every challenge you face is an opportunity to build resilience. Let me share a story about a woman named J.K. Rowling. Before she became one of the best-selling authors of all time, she was a single mother living on welfare, struggling to make ends meet. She wrote her first Harry Potter book in cafes, pushing through self-doubt and rejection. Dozens of publishers turned her down. But she kept going. She believed in her story. And eventually one publisher said yes. The rest is history. What would have happened if she had quit? The world would have missed out on one of the most beloved stories of our time. When we're faced with a big goal or a daunting challenge, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. The key is to break it down into smaller, manageable steps. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to take the next step. And then the next. And then the next. There's a quote I love, you don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Sometimes that first step is the hardest. But once you take it, momentum builds. And before you know it, you're halfway up the staircase. Keep going. One of the greatest obstacles to perseverance is self-doubt. That nagging voice that says, you're not good enough. You can't do this, but here's the truth, you are capable of far more than you realize. You are stronger, smarter, and more resilient than you give yourself credit for. When self-doubt creeps in, remind yourself of everything you've already overcome. Think about the challenges you faced in the past, the ones you thought you'd never get through. But you did, and you're still here. You're still standing. Believe in yourself. Even when it feels like nobody else does, especially when it feels like nobody else does. No one succeeds alone. We all need a support system, people who believe in us, who lift us up, and who remind us why we started. If you're feeling stuck or discouraged, reach out to those people. Lean on them. Let them remind you of your strength. And if you don't have a support system, build one. Find a mentor. Join a community. Surround yourself with people who inspire you. And remember, you can always be your own biggest cheerleader. Now, I want to make something clear, keeping going doesn't mean pushing yourself to the point of burnout. Rest is not a sign of weakness, it's a vital part of the journey. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you're feeling exhausted, take a break. Recharge. But don't quit. There's a difference between resting and giving up. Think of it like running a marathon. You don't sprint the entire way. You pace yourself. You listen to your body, you refuel when needed, but you keep your eyes on the finish line and you keep moving forward. When you're in the thick of a challenge, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. But take a moment to zoom out. Think about why you started in the first place. What's your why? What's the dream you're chasing? The impact you want to make. The legacy you want to leave? Hold on to that vision. Let it be your guiding light. And remember, every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to that vision. History is filled with stories of people who refuse to give up. People like Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison but never lost hope. People like Malala Yousafzai, who faced unimaginable danger but continued to fight for education. People like Oprah Winfrey, who overcame poverty and countless rejections to become one of the most influential figures in the world. What do all these people have in common? They kept going. They didn't let their circumstances define them. They didn't let setbacks stop them. And because of that, they changed the world. I want to leave you with this thought: your story matters. Your journey, your struggles, your triumphs, they all matter. And you never know who you might inspire just by showing up and refusing to quit. Maybe you're not where you want to be yet. That's okay, you're still on the path. And as long as you keep going, anything is possible. So if you're feeling tired, discouraged, or defeated, keep going. If you're facing obstacles that feel insurmountable, keep going. If you're questioning whether it's all worth it, keep going. Because one day you'll look back on this moment and realize it was the turning point. The moment you chose to persevere. The moment you decided to keep going. And that, my friends, will make all the difference. Thank you.